Yes, let's meet these sisters.
All right, so as you might imagine, they're gonna avenge a death, their dad's death.
Ah,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
So as I said, we got dancer sister, we got fortune teller sister, and yeah, we're starting in the entertainment capital. Not quite a Vegas, not quite in Atlantic City. Classier than either, I'd say. Um, not as depressing as either. I don't think bodies just turn up randomly like either of those places.
Oh boy. Is this where we are we allowed on Twitter? No, I won't relitigate this, but anyone who knows me has anyone who knows me has heard the story about 1,000 times. But one time I was at a Atlantic City hotel, and we found drug paraphernalia in the furniture. Felt like a very Atlantic City moment.
I mean, my Atlantic City story is I went there to see professional wrestling and found, as you do when you go places, I found a lot not too far away, paid the guy a 20, parked my car, went back when it was done, got it, drove out of there. Um, and then I believe maybe a week or so later, I read in the papers when there was all of those murders in Atlantic City, and wouldn't you know it, they found a body not too far from where I parked my car.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's Atlantic City. It looms so strangely in my life, in the sense of like it is a place that yes, I recognize like the crime and everything, but it's also like a place that I went to so much growing up because like my parents and my grandmother were like racking up those comp rooms. Like I was always there. There was like one year for winter break that like okay, we had like Christmas with the well really Christmas Eve because I'm Italian. So like Christmas Eve and like Christmas Day like we saw some family and then the rest of winter break between like that liminal period from like the 26th to like the 30th,
Yeah.
we were in Atlantic City. Like, I was at like the Borgata for most of my winter break.
It's a little strange. Also speak is a little strange. I'm going to get this out of the way now because it really confused other Jeffs. So this is the DS remake. I've cut the screen in half so it doesn't look like hot trash, but since it's a DS remake, we can just spin the world around.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's not like the old NES.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we start off at Bupkis level 1 for each. Again, we got Mina, fortune teller. We got Maya as a dancer. It's cut off by the screen, but fortune teller Mina is our healer, and Maya, she's got the attack magic. So they're not too squishy, so we can get pretty decently far with them.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot to do in this town, and in the interest of not wasting our time, I've got a save prepared. So we're level 1 for both our sisters. All right, level one. Okay, it's great. Let's fix this a little bit. All right. So yeah, levels 36. That's quite a bit better for them. They're a lot beefier. They got all of their spells, so it's gonna be a lot nicer for us. So let's start off on our revenge fantasy. We're gonna beef it out of town, and we're gonna head north.
Nice.
And if you get bored with encounters, we can just turn them off. That's the wonders of emulation and cheating.
I mean, we're just having fun here. It's
It's just a couple of
little
guys having a good time. But I
exactly.
I put in the casual playthrough tag because we're just having a goof.
Exactly. Are we going to talk about how that was a she slime?
Yes, there's a whole family of slimes in this. There's the slimes, the she slime, the metal slimes. It's we can. The next chapter, we actually get the big book of monsters, and we can look at every monster we've encountered and defeated.
I love that there's the elements, there's metal and then there's she.
She, she. Not even just there's slime. So slime is an element. She slime's an element, and metal, 3 elements,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, that's how it works, right?
Base, she, and let's talk to the cow. All right, moo. Cows go moo. Base, she, and metal.
Yeah. Delightful.
So fun thing, this is our hometown, which means we can just sleep at the inn for free. So if we're playing the game straight, this is a great grinding spot. So we just kind of, hang out, pop some naps, have a great old time.
Mm.
And I don't really think there's anything we care too much about here. Oh yeah, the revenge, Balzac, the guy I mentioned earlier. I know Balzac. Balzac is the student of our father, Balzac. Student of Dad who killed Dad. So we're gonna try and find him.
Ooh.
Take him down some notches. I don't know if we need to equip that. Yeah, we got nothing for items. All right. So the dancer sister, she does not like shields. She's roughing it.
I mean, it gets in the way of your dance moves. Who can blame her?
I suppose it does, but I feel like, you could strap a shield to your arm and, make it part of your... I'm sure that you, as a drag aficionado, have definitely seen drag at some point where somebody had some sort of, like, arms and armor knights sort of thing going on.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like, if you look at, like, the Fire Emblem dancer designs, like, they always have some sort of weaponry with the flowing nonsense. Like, they can use swords, and I haven't played the earlier games yet, but, like, the spinny things with the spikes, like, they got that capacity.
There's Papa Dom. Papa Dom remembers us.
Oh, good.
Do you like his French bark?
Yes, I do. Oh.
Even the dog has a French accent.
What a good lad. Oh, wow, indeed.
All right, so there's our big clue. We're gonna go to the west, and we're gonna find this other student.
Ooh.
Yeah. Also, so nothing in this room right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the game's got day-night cycles. We're gonna come back in the night, and there's gonna be a mysterious person there.
Oh, it has day-night cycles? That's fun.
Yeah. So, thing I didn't learn until I was already decently through the game, because I got this and a bunch of the others from my brother. Don't use any of the seeds until you get the hero back, because it makes life easier. But they don't explicitly tell you that.
I feel like there's a lot of, like, because I remember watching you play one of the more contemporary Dragon Quest games. And it seems like they're not all that intuitive in that sense, it seems like.
I mean, it's one of those where, like, so I played the first 4 on Nintendo when they came out, and was familiar enough with them, but, like, the 4th one I definitely didn't finish, and I don't think the Nintendo one had, like, the whole stat-boosting item stuff, which kind of came when they started re-releasing them on Super Nintendo. Pulling up my cave map here. Alright. Oh, so... yeah, I mean, you can use them. It's not gonna screw you over, but it's like... it kind of gets a little bit into min-maxing, but then also, like, how much grinding do you want to have to do to make progress?
Right. That makes sense.
The dirty doggoos. Yeah, the fun ghoul is great. There's a whole variety of fun ghoul mushrooms we'll meet.
Oh, good. Oh my god.
But I think the doggoos, they're ones where if you are not appropriately leveled, they will give you a very bad day.
Mm.
Oh, more fun ghouls. Alright, now we can start fast-forwarding through battles.
Let's go.
Yeah. The other thing I did for, convenience's sake, and it's kind of a thing that you see on a lot of, like, randomizers people make for old games. I like to use one of the Game Genie codes to just multiply the experience. This one it's multiplied by 256 times, which Dragon Quest games can get real grindy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really in your best interest to do it. Oh no, a midge is in the room.
Oh, a midge has appeared.
Yeah. Skulking
Midge.
around. That's what I do. Alright, so hey, the nightlight. What do you think the nightlight does?
Nightlight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. It makes. Does it have something to do with whatever is going on at night? Like combat.
Could do something like that.
What does it actually do?
The nightlight turns it from day to night.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's fair.
There's characters that, well, we had one. Sorry, squeezing a lime into a beer. We had the weird old Russian wizard. He has the spell to just do that, but otherwise you need to get the nightlight, which lets you just kind of skip the old waiting around thing, which is good. We're gonna find that mystery person in a bit. But first, hey, let's talk to this weird guy.
I mean, why not? It's just hanging out on a. What is that?
This is that
Peninsula.
other guy that was our dad's student, so he's going to come with us. And Balzac, normally he's very helpful because we're not the strongest, but you know, in this case, we'll look at Ujam's level, and he's not exactly like a freight train of power, but he serves his purpose.
Yeah. More the merrier on this journey.
Yeah.
For
So
revenge.
again, we're levels 36, and question mark. And you could kind of infer that question mark is quite a bit below 36 when they have like 214, 215 hit points each. He's got 95.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really not going to do much, but maybe just be a sponge.
It's not a bad thing, though.
No.
Especially for your first part of the party that you added on.
We eventually get a wagon to cart everybody around in. The game gets kind of fun like that, but this is the last chapter where we're kind of forced to use a specific party to get through it. And the next one, it opens up a lot.
Okay.
And just doing a dungeon crawl, getting our garbage.
How it goes.
Ah, the Winkster.
Huh. What is happening with that Winkster?
He's just like a little guy wizard. It's got one eye, you know, no big deal.
That's fair. I guess it just appears more sentient than the others, so I wasn't quite ready for it.
There's a lot of things where it's just like a giant floating statue of some sort.
Right.
Alright, I gotta move some trash around here. But this is the one thing they really didn't fix until later games, and even then they didn't necessarily fix it. Manipulating your inventory, pain in the butt.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's no real easy way to, like, I just want to select a whole bunch of stuff and dump it. Like, the best they get later is it'll be move all non-essential items to the bag, but even then, a lot of times you'll move more than you want to. So, like, partial solution, I guess?
Yeah, that... Interesting.
Alright, so now we're all the way back down to where we got Ujam, except now we're on the other side of the water, which is, where our doohickey is.
Glad you were keeping track, because I was just like,
I'm only keeping track because I've played this game a bunch, and I got a map in front of me.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, so Spear of Silence, that's our MacGuffin that's gonna, let us take out Ballsack.
Good.
Hopefully...
Glad we have it.
Yeah, it's good. Makes our life easy. Okay, good. We got the spell. So evac is wonderful. I would definitely say if you're playing a Dragon Quest game, grind until you get this, because you just get to leave dungeons. You don't have to trek out in reverse.
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to invest in.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy games have items in some of them that will let you just leave dungeons. I don't believe Dragon Quest ever goes that far.
Mm.
Yeah. Not the most fun in that regard. Alright, so we're gonna snooze at the inn, and then we're gonna head north and check out some stuff.
That's good to me.
So we're gonna go to a castle. Oh yeah, we want to use the nightlight. Silly me. Gotta meet our guest.
Nightlight has a very cute design, by the way.
You know, it's like your traditional little genie lamp. Alright, so it's nighttime. And nobody's really out and about.
So is the day night, is it entirely conditional on items, or is there any type of clock in this game?
No, there's a clock. If you wander around outside long enough, it'll turn to night.
Okay.
So hey, we made a good slime.
Oh, look at that little slime. Not really that little.
Yeah.
Oh!
So yeah, Ujum's gimmick is we don't have the keys yet to open locked doors. He'll just pick them for us. And at nighttime, Papa Dom hangs out on Dad's grave. Good pup.
Very good pop. I guess you can't have the pup be part of your party, right? You can't have a battle dog.
Not in this. In Taloon's chapter, we can have a puppy in the party. And I actually was testing it out. If you want to be rude, you borrow a dog from somebody in your town. Ooh, I think we can do a thing. All right, so if we defend and we're lucky, these slimes are going to do something.
Ooh.
I think they have to call one more slime in. Oh, we have Ujum. It might not work.
I mean, we'll wait and see.
Alright. Somebody else call for backup. Oh. Here we go.
Oh.
So, when you get 8 slimes together in Dragon Quest games, they can fuse together and make the king slime, that big old boy.
Oh, what a great lad!
Yeah, and much like the other slimes, there's, different variants of king slime. There's just the king slime, there's the metal one. I think this one has, the jeweled king slime. It gets a little silly.
Oh, that's so fun, though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, alright, I think we're just gonna punch him. Let's see. Yeah. So hey, King Slime.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, good guy.
It's very charming. I'm very taken aback by how just very. I don't know. It's nice to see a game like this that isn't afraid to get cute. Right? It's nice to see it just be like, hey, here's a gigantic slime with a little crown on its head. Incredible.
Yeah,
Peak character design.
Never gets too serious, I'd say.
I respect that. I respect that a whole lot.
Alright, so this lady gave us a big tint. The deal with this castle, nobody knows where the king is. And yeah, I know, the Chancellor is being a little weird, and she gave us the tip that if we make a really loud sound outside of his room, he might freak out a bit. So we're going to go further north to a port town and try and figure out how we can get a thing that'll make a really loud sound.
Alright.
So lots of just running around in these games, which, as we were discussing last time, little exhausting when you're a kid. We'll admit.
Yeah, I can imagine. This looks fun, now for me at, as an adult. But I feel like this, and, we also, my brother, had whatever that, original Fire Emblem game was for, Game Boy Advance. I forget which one it was. It was, I remember like trying to fiddle with it once and be like, I don't understand what's happening. And I feel like I would have had a very similar reaction to this as a kid. Like I would be like, this is cool.
Yeah, like the very first one, I think a lot of people got into because it was a free game for subscribing to Nintendo Power, and it came with a really detailed strategy guide. But yeah, the other ones like were definitely pushed less and less in the States as like Final Fantasy kind of caught on as the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had room for one RPG.
Yeah, and like just, I mean, I haven't played much Final Fantasy, but it is I don't know. I understand how they're just different vibes, and I guess they were like, whatever, Final Fantasy will just take over, it's fine.
I mean, I definitely played a lot more Final Fantasy growing up, but like, they released them more frequent. Like,
right.
I don't think until PlayStation came out, like the last US Dragon Quest was the fourth one on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 2 Super Nintendo ones that just never made it here. As well as like the Super Nintendo re-releases that never, came out. Yeah, it wasn't until like PlayStation that they started. And even then, like, it wasn't necessarily super pushed. Whereas Final Fantasy, like, people complained that, 2 NES ones and one of the Super Nintendo ones didn't come out, but like they were at least on the modern consoles at the time.
Mm-hmm. I just remember Final Fantasy being everywhere too, because like even as a little one, I was like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy. I know that.
Yeah. Well, Final Fantasy VII was like weird, and I definitely remember reading about it in magazines with my brother, and it'd be like the first 3D one, and like not expecting it to kind of pop as much as it did.
Yeah.
I think definitely for people in my age group, it was just like they had, just bought a PlayStation, and it was just kind of gobbling up whatever games came out.
Mm-hmm. At the time, because I am a little younger, I remember like 10 being very, very, very big in my age group.
I don't think it was 10 proper. I think it was like the one of, because I had like 2 sequels. One of those like sequels was where it was kind of like Magical Girl Dress Up the game. I
didn't have 10. This is like really, really silly, but I had that game, and I'm gonna be real with you, I barely played it, but I always played like the beginning with like the music video basically at the beginning. I would just go over and over and over again because I was like a little gay kid who was like, oh, these girls are so pretty and so talented, and I want to watch them. But I finally have 10. A friend and podcast co-host actually acquired an extra copy for Switch. Yeah, for Switch, and he gave it to me. I haven't been able to start it yet, but I plan on it. I'm pretty excited about it because I know it's loved, and I can finally figure out any of the context for it.
8 was the very last one that I played. I played all the way through it, and then by the time 9 came out, I was like, I'm done with this new direction of Final Fantasy. And then later I learned that, like, despite being 3D, 9 was them trying to go back to how they used to be. Oops. So I missed out on that one. I don't know, like, I see that they have the, like, Switch, re-releases, but it's just, like, a port translation. I don't think they've really done anything to them, and I definitely wouldn't want to play Final Fantasy VII through again right now, like, without just being able to cheat or, not have to grind as much. Because that game is long.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the remake that came out. I've watched people play that, and I like it, but I don't own anything that can run it, and I went with Switch as my console. Good enough. Good enough.
Yeah, same here. I'm admittedly very content with the Switch. I have no complaints, really.
One of my former coworkers who he's a big Xbox guy, just because that's like what him and his college friends like game together with, right? And so they they keep getting and they play. And I was like, hey, do you have a Switch? He's just like, no, it's still Xbox. What, are you gonna play your Pocket Mullins? It's like, playing Dragon Quest, Craig. God. I was very intrigued by like the concept of it when it came out, but then by the time it released, because my brother had Blue, I remember watching him boot it up and checking it out, and just like, not for me.
That's fair. It was like kind of one of the only video games I like really played, because like
I need to interrupt you for a second to draw your attention to the were-tiger, how his name is spelt, and also look at the sprite.
Oh, I'm so delighted. It's just someone hanging out in like a little tiger costume.
Yeah, it's just just a guy wearing his Kigurumi, and it happens to be a tiger. He's the were-tiger.
So good. And but again, this like Jinxter situation, these were-tiger, like, is it just like little like group, like little families of people in their little tiger Kigurumis?
And as I said earlier today, like Toriyama does all the character designs still. So it is all very much like reminiscent of weird monster people one-offs from Dragon Ball.
True. Definitely has that same energy. He has such an iconic, like, it's just, I remember even being like, I feel like even as a kid, I could understand that this was his style. Like, I was like, oh, I get it. Like, this is definitely the same guy. Like, have that consistency. I don't know. It's very, Toriyama's very impressive. There's a reason why, like, Dragon Ball is still relevant.
Alright, so I don't know how much use we're going to get out of them, but if you're playing the game straight, Silver Tarot cards are amazing. Here's why. You can equip them as an attack item. They're not as good as the Holy Lance that we have, right? But if you use them as an item in battle, Mina will tell your fortune. And there's a couple of useful cards. There's one that's really useful, which I believe it straight up doubles the experience that you get from winning the battle. So I definitely would save right before I knew a boss battle was coming and keep loading it up until I drew that card. And it makes
hell yeah.
It'll take a bit sometimes, because I think it's like a 10% chance that you'll get it. It takes a little bit. Definitely worth it to just not have to do a whole bunch of battles.
Oh no, the Lost Soul.
Yeah, look at that. This is the second one. We had the it's like the fire sprite or something before. They're just the sad boy family. These guys.
Yeah. It happens. Sometimes you're just the sad boy family.
They're very much the sad boy family. So this mine we're going to come back to again later. Right now we don't have to go that far into it, thankfully, but we got a couple of things to pick up. Got some seeds and nuts, but most importantly, we got some high explosives we're going to get.
Ooh. Yeah,
we're gonna set off a bomb outside the Chancellor's room, because he doesn't like loud noises, and it's going to make him run away.
I mean, that's a way to make a loud noise, like, makes sense.
Alright,
Big fan of featherweight. These are all good.
There's a bunch of other like chicken, rooster, bird joke names in that family.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Oh, and also, game loves letting you just bust up in barrels and pots.
And why not?
Which, if you get into Dragon Quest XI, they have little awards you can get for smashing enough pots.
so good. I'm so glad.
You can just spend that game running around like breaking pots with a sword, like you're in The Legend of Zelda or something. It's fine. Why not?
Yeah, I respect that. I'm a big fan of games that are just like, yeah, whatever. Like, same with Hades. I just like slide into like a bunch of pottery and just like, I don't even know if gold's gonna come out of this. It's just fun.
All right, so we got the powder keg. That's what we came here for.
Oh, good.
Dump it in our bag. Let's magic our way out of here. Because what do we walk for? All right, you can walk out.
I have the ability.
We do want to take a nap, though. Is this not the end? I don't think this is the end. Alright, doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later. Alright. So, if I'm remembering right... So we'll just let us go wherever we want. Yep. Alright, so... I think I want to go to Havreleon. Yes, okay. Also part of our gimmick is I actually cannot pronounce any French words because, well, you're from the same state as me. And
yes.
Normally Skippy is here to just be incredulous as to how I even get that pronunciation.
Here's
so feel free to
though,
come, but here's what I'm saying. I know you're in just, as bad a spot as me. Just pretend you know what the word really is and just make up the correct way to say it. And
sure.
I'm not going to know.
Why not? Yeah, it's just so hard.
How many times did I drive to DC and see Havre de Gracie? That's the name of the place, right? Good old Havre de Gracie.
I can't talk though. It's like I get like it's beginning to come back because I am back to working in person in New York City. I'm getting that like weird Jersey New York hybrid where like suddenly I'll say like talk.
Was it Frank that heard my giveaway word when we were talking the other night? Somebody recently, when I was recording, was like, "Oh my god, you just gave away where you're from."
Yeah, no, you definitely did. It's very easy too.
Oh man, did we get spotted? We got spotted. Son of a biscuit.
Oh no.
Alright, well... Oh, nope. If you go far enough away, he resets. Okay, good.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's a stealth section, but thankfully if you blow it, you just walk away, and they just go about their business. It's not like some games where they're not taking it too serious, and I respect that.
Yeah, same. Like, it feels this... Yes, I do really appreciate that.
Alright, so, we're about to fight Balzac, and I think I forgot to keep that doohickey from the dungeon in somebody's pants, so we can use it. Good thing we're leveled. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't have that Spear of Silence. Well, all right. We can work around that. Yeah, let's insulate ourselves. Yeah. Ooh, I forgot the important thing. Okay, don't worry. We got the sister that likes to. We got the sister that's channeling the power of Donnie the Sage. We'll work with this. Yeah, this will be fine.
Get through it.
Okay, we got to chew through 300 hit points. We're over halfway there. We got this.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally doable.
Ujum, you're your depths, buddy. There we go.
I'm just like minding his own business, getting dragged into 6 hours out. Like, what?
I'm here to help you avenge your father. You don't... Well, he picked the lock. He did, he did some stuff.
Oh yeah, he was trying his best here. I mean, honestly, you beat him pretty handily.
Well, we're not supposed to be this strong. I think when I did it legitimately, I had half as many levels. It's it's never supposed to be the toughest fight, really. Like that little doohickey that you get, it makes it so he can't cast any magic, which really helps you out. So hey, Balzac, the guy that killed our dad, turns out he's not the big guy. He's not even the lieutenant of the big guy. He's just some peon that's put in place. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Should have known.
So the big lion dude, this is I guess who's really been pulling the strings, at least in this area of the country. So we can't actually win. So
it's one of those.
yeah, we gotta lose. So because we're over leveled, it might take a bit. So we'll Ujam's gonna go, but the girls will take a hot minute. If we're lucky, he'll do a all-party attack on us. Yeah, there we go. But it's still gonna take like 10 of those to put him down. So I don't know. What'd you get up to today?
I mean, honestly, today was pretty uneventful. I did a lot of chores. My kitten Juniper found a bumblebee.
Yes, I saw you talking about Juniper and the bumblebee, and it reminded me of Tuna and his love of chasing the bumblebees back in Maine.
Oh, yeah, Junie, heard like some rumbling, like a noise of some sort. I thought it was like a fly dying, and I was like, oh well, she'll get it. And then she batted at it, and I was like, that is far too big to be a fly. Oh no, that's a bumblebee. So I had to try and separate them, and she was not having that. I had to like throw her, and then like try and cup the bumblebee into, like, it got attached to like a candle holder. I tried to like keep it safe in a cup against the candle holder, and then I bring it to the window. I'm like, okay, let me just toss it out the window. And then I close the window, and I hear more disgruntled buzzing, and I realized I crushed it within there. And then I had to open it up. It was okay. Somehow it was okay. I just kind of like pushed it out a little more, and then it flew off.
I came up from using the treadmill earlier this week to Midge telling me that she needed my help right away, and she's over by the window where the plants are. So I figured, I need to move a plant or something. No, she had a wasp caught in a wine glass and needed me to open the door so that we could get it outside.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, so the guy we just fought was claiming to be the king, but here's the real king. Balzac was his kid and betrayed him and locked him up in here.
Awful.
Yeah. So, son traded his powers to Marquis, traded his powers to be a daemon, and locked his dad up and was impersonating him. And so he told us to bust up all these barrels, and we're gonna get a ticket. We're gonna get on a boat, and we're gonna sail away from this horrible land.
Sounds good to me.
But first, a seed. Let's dump it in our bag. Oh, hey.
Again, I
got some boarding
apologize.
passes.
I really hope this music doesn't much. Guy upstairs is.
I'm not really. I'm hearing it faintly. It'll be fine.
Oh no!
As long as it doesn't. Well, I hear just like the.
Oh no!
Yeah. So, thing to note: we still have the doohickey sphere of silence. It's going to disappear for reasons that we don't quite understand soon enough.
Oh.
Yeah, it's odd. The Gardwalas. So Ujam is valiantly sacrificing himself so that we can run away. So we're out of here. Cheese it.
Ow. Okay.
He just tells us to leave. We're not being jerks. All right, it's fine.
No, absolutely. But it's like unceremonious.
We could have come in here earlier, done some exploring, broken some barrels. I think there's, money. Maybe there's an herb. Yep. Great. What luck. I'm at this and I'll Sailor tells us we can't get on the boat without a pass, but now we have the pass. We can get on
Mhm.
and explore the boat. You know, going to Endor. There are no Ewoks there, and we went deep into that one last time. Don't worry.
I'm glad. I'm very glad.
We have to talk to everybody on the ship so that we can make progress. So word has already gotten out that we tried to kill the Marquis. Word hasn't got out that he's a weird tiger demon guy,
Mhm.
which might be important to know.
Right?
Yeah, could be. All right, hey,
Oh, I
barrels.
do wonder. Yeah, it's like, man, Marquis de Leon is a lion?
Who'd have thunk it?
Wow!
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and do this guy's voice. That's just way beyond me. We didn't meet the Susie that poor Yorick is going on about, but I believe she was a bunny girl.
Oh, okay.
If not, like some manner of dancer. Okay, so before we went into the mines, there's a skeleton that we talked to that had a letter on it, addressed to his children. Hey, guess what? These are the children.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
Jill
Yeah.
knows what happens.
Yeah.
Jack is he's Lil.
Well, you know, Jill has the burden of being a older daughter. It seems like that type of stuff comes with the territory.
I believe we're ready to go. All right, and now we get a sweet sailing away. All right, so this is going to bring to end the sisters, and we get to pick up with the hero momentarily.
Wow.
Yeah, in the original game, this upcoming chapter is going to be the very last one. This one being the re-release, they like to add stuff in. I was trying to remember exactly what you can do in that bonus one. Definitely not going to touch it tonight if we get to it. Don't know if we'll get to it next week. But it's pretty much just, like, they started in 3 that you could, like, build a town. Mina and Maya, and the mystery is over. They have a little town you can build, so it's that kind of gets fleshed out a bit more, and it's kind of neat. And then there's a dungeon that you run through like 8 times to do a bunch of stuff for completion's sake, but I don't know. I think we might just be good at calling it where the normal game ends.
I think that's fair.